My name is Professor Baldy, and I run a school for juvenile delinquents. But not just any delinquents. Mine are specially gifted. You might even call them mutants. Trust a few reformed ex-cons. Tangerine.
Am I the apple of your eye, Bubba?
Jeannie Gray. Beastie Boy.
Everybody dance now.
Snow Cone.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me?
And their friends from X-Farce. Cable TV.
Eat remote control, frog face.
Garfarel. Meow. Dominoes.
This book has just the right amount of cheese.
And introducing the Newt Mutants. Beware the rest. Magneto. Mistress Piggy. And not at all breaking the fourth wall. Cesspool. Now, Parody Press Comics is back with X-Farce Reloaded #1. Don't miss this extraordinary comics extravaganza with 7 full-color stories of marvelous mutant mayhem. Back this book today for awesome variant covers and original artwork tiers. 48 pages of action and hilarious hijinks by some of comics' funniest talents. Parody Press, making the world laugh again. Only on INDIEGOGO.
I can see! I own this base. I can feel like hop. That was big, right? Happy New Year! I want a lawyer. Is there a lawyer in the house?
First Man. You know the drill. A college kid is imbued with great power and likes it. Penumbra has other plans, and hand delivers him to Monarch. A fun 64-page action-packed comic book harkening back to the glory days of Marvel Comics, only on INDIEGOGO.
Very shagadelic, baby. Yeah! Oh!
Oops! Comics are totally awesome. And I'm totally awesome too. BRZRKR has everything you want from a comic book. It's got great drawings, colors, great story. It's got great action, has a little romance, and it's about something. Not just any something. It's a parody of some thing. I was like, well, I used to collect and I love comic books. And they were like, so, did you ever want to make a comic book? And I was like, yeah. And then Parody Press was like, oh, yeah. So they made a comic book that's a parody of my comic book. And it will probably be pretty hilarious, because that's what a parody is. Or at least what it's supposed to be. You know, this idea of kind of like a rock and roll warrior. Someone in an altered state. Someone with a big guitar axe. Then a pet cat that's from the hood. Just out of control. Speaking of out of control, there's his beard. It gets bigger and longer throughout the book until it takes on a fantastical life of its own. It's like, whoa! So, check it out. If you do, I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it. But honestly, I didn't really do that much, other than rambling on about comics and books. I mean, comic books. Wait, what was I saying? Oh well. Enjoy! BEARDZZERKER from Parody Press. Back it today!
Hey everyone, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another fun edition of Comics and Coffee. I am your host today, Don Chin from Northern California, and we're going to have a great time with our special guest today, who is Phil Diaz from Zaid Comics. And I just got a package from him in the mail last week. I backed his Magic Cop 2 campaign. And so we're going to live unbox his books. And if you're in the chat and you have questions for Phil, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll relay them to Phil and he can ask, you can ask him whatever you like. Before we get into that though, I wanted to say hi to the chat and hope you guys are all doing well. I see Abominable Grizzlies in the house. Good to see you. And Abominable, we'll have to have you on the show. I know you've got your comic book out. Splinters of Ysidril, is that how you pronounce it? But it's got like a bear that wields heavy ammo and guns, and a girl that kind of looks a little bit like Harley Quinn in it. So it's kind of more of an adult's comic book, but I think we need to get more eyes on it. So we'll try to have you on, Abominable, or you can promote it on my next 7-minute promotion stream, which I'll probably do in a couple weeks. Pastmaster Dan says that is disturbing. You're probably talking about either me as Eddie Murphy in Trading Places or me as Austin Powers. And yeah, it's intentionally disturbing. Jeff Potts, thank you for joining us, my friend. Be excellent to each other. Classic line from Bill and Ted, which obviously we stole a lot from. I'm sorry, we borrowed a lot from for BEARDZZERKER. That was a classic line is, hey, Bill, remember when I asked your mom out to the prom? Wasn't it Missy? That was Ted's or Bill's mom, Missy. She goes, shut up, Ted. All right. Jeff, you also said you heard that Jason Momoa usually has to sign 2 contracts for any movie he stars in, one for him and one for his hair. That's probably true. Actually, Phil probably has some of the nicest hair in comics. So if you need to ask him about hair conditioning tips, I'm starting to lose my hair, but you know, I'm close to 60, so that's kind of to be expected. But Phil has a lustrous mane, probably the top 5 in Comicsgate. So anyways, yeah, we're gonna ask Phil about his life, and it's gonna be fun. Aria Blackness, actually, Aria, you're in contention for best hair as well. So I don't want to leave you out. No disrespect intended. Aria has a very nice heavy metal worthy mane. Let's see, Shadowhawk is also here. Nice to see you, Shadowhawk. And let's see, Pastmaster Dan, you already said something. Yeah, so that's welcome to everybody that's out there in YouTube land, Twitter land, Periscope land. It's kind of cool with the StreamYard program. You can simulcast to different platforms. So I think I'm on Facebook right now, and I'm on Twitter. And Twitter uses Periscope to kind of live stream, even though Periscope I don't think is really running anymore as a viable platform. But it's cool because we got, you know, we have at least probably 10 to 20 people watching us at the moment. And we're going to talk to Phil, and we're going to spend, you know, probably in the next 45 minutes talking to Phil about his projects and his life and what he does, you know, in his spare time. I was on his show, gosh, either earlier this year or last year when I was starting to promote my comic books, and he graciously let me come on his channel. And it was really cool because he had told me he was, I think he manages like one of the biggest arcades in the country. And I don't know how that's been affected with COVID and stuff, but I am a big arcade guy. I go way back like to the 80s with Asteroids and Tron and Dragon's Lair. So I'm going to have to ask Phil a little bit more about video games because I'm a huge video game fan. And we have a special treat from the guys at Breaking Rad channel. And we have a clip from the CG Royal Rumble that 6 a.m. sent me. And I don't know if Phil has seen it. So we're going to play it live a little bit later and maybe ask him about his wrestling moves and with his brother. It's a tag team event. and that's going to be coming up on Breaking Rad's channel. I think I put the links to all of Phil's contact information that I could find, both his campaign, his Twitter, his YouTube channel. It should all be in the YouTube description of this video. So if you want to check out Phil's stuff later, back his campaigns, please feel free to go back and click on those links after the show or during the show, and you can find out more about Phil. And also, I think I put a link into the Breaking Rad channel so you can follow this virtual wrestling tournament that they're planning to have. They still have about 3 or 4 more characters to reveal, which they've been doing like every week, it seems. So I think they're getting close to having the final roster of like wrestlers, tag team, and there's even a women's division that they're having a fake, not fake, but a virtual wrestling match. So anyways, let's see here. Let me go ahead and take off the little like and subscribe banner, and I'm going to go ahead and bring our guest in right now. We're at 9:10 on the clock.
Hey, Phil. What's up? It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on, Don.
Is it noontime yet where you're at, or is it a little before noon?
It's 11. It's 11:10 right now.
Okay. You got a day off today, or do you have to go back to work?
Yeah, I go in a little late today, so I'll start at like 3.
Awesome. So are you still working at that arcade?
Yeah. So I usually in the offices, but since COVID happened, some people left, so I had to pick up some slack. So I got a few days in the arcade, and then today I'm working the pinball area, which is in a different building. So we have like 45 pinball machines. Yeah.
What's your favorite pinball machine of all time?
So I haven't played this one, but I hear it's really good, and I really hope we get it. Because I really want to play the Shadow Pinball, the Alec Baldwin Shadow movie.
Oh yeah,
I heard it's really good. But from what we have at the arcade, I really like Creature from the Black Lagoon. That one's really fun.
Nice.
Old timey, 1940s style black and white, monster.
Have you ever played Fireball, the one that has the spinning thing in the middle?
Yeah, we have that
one. That one. That's fun. And I used to go to the pizza parlor not too far from my house when it was there, and Captain Fantastic and Tommy was one of the machines that I played. So yeah, pinball's a lost art, man.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Well, Chicago's probably one of the only places that's still making new pinball machines. Like we just got the Led Zeppelin pinball, and that's I think it came out this year. So they're still making stuff over here.
Is it Bally or Williams that's still in business, or?
I think they evolved and like maybe got bought out, and they have a different name now.
I see.
Yeah.
So how many square feet is this arcade, and can you plug it?
Yeah. The Galloping Ghost Arcade is the largest arcade in the world. We have the most games in one place, and it started off as just one storefront. There used to be a pool hall, and then over the last 10 years, we've expanded to the whole block. So we have basically 4 buildings. And
wow.
Yeah, we've expanded a bunch. So we have 830 plus arcade games right now. And then 2 blocks down is our pinball area. So everybody check that out. If you're ever in the Chicagoland area, check it out.
Are you like the manager of like certain areas or?
So I started going there as a customer in 2012, 2011. I think we opened up in 2010. But the first year was open, and then my brother and I would go there all the time, and then we just got hired. So I've been working there for a really long time now, and got moved over to production side where I do like animation and graphics, graphic stuff. My brother does all the graphic art. We have like a reproduction shop too, that's where we make our prints and stickers. We do a lot of stickers for people in CG. So if you guys backed the Havoc project, if you backed any of Sims projects, Passion for Drawing got stickers from us. Eddie Winkler for Sovereign Wolf got stickers from us. So we kind of use that to help the community as well.
That's cool, man. So what's your What's the oldest game that you guys have in your arcade?
That's gotta be, what's it called? Death Race. I think it's the oldest one. It's a black and white arcade game where the art is really cool on the marquee. It's like painted on glass, but it's like these Grim Reapers riding around in like go-karts. And the goal of the game is to run over as many people as possible. And
I think I played that back in
yeah.
the day.
It's an overhead shot of cars, and then there's like pedestrians walking across. It's really, really early graphics. There's that, and then there's another one. It's something circus where you play as this clown that jumps off of like a ledge onto a seesaw, and you keep going up and down, and you hit these balloons. But it's so old, there's no color to it. So what they did, since it's in black and white, on the screen there's like these colored gels. So there's like a red, green, and yellow, just to tint the video to give it kind of a color to it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, the old ones are really cool because they're in black and white.
Wow, I feel old. Yeah, there used to be, besides Asteroids, there was one that I think you were on both sides. It's called something, maybe Space War or something, and it was an old one, like around that time. But yeah, I grew up in the '80s, so we spent a lot of time in the arcade. So Phil, what's going on in your life? Everything good?
Yeah, man, everything's awesome. Finishing up fulfillment. My brother and I, right before I jumped on here and he went to work, we were just labeling a bunch of boxes for fulfillment of Magic Cop. So we're down to, I would say, less than 20 boxes we have to pack. And after the stream, I'm going to I'm going to go to the post office, take the ones we all just labeled to the post office. And then we have a bunch of international ones that are already packed, just need to be labeled and sent out.
Nice. How many backers did you have on Magic Cop 2? Looks like about 357.
Yeah, that's and that's more than Magic Cop 1. So it's really cool to see that grow. Like, man, when we were doing the first Magic Cop, we didn't know what to expect. We finished our first 60 days on Magic Cop 1 at like $4,000, and we thought that was amazing. Over the in-demand period, we went and got, I think, like $10,000 more dollars. So we were at like 14 grand when we stopped, and we just zoomed past that on Magic Cop 2. So it was so cool to see just the growth of everything, kind of making a name for ourselves over here, people recognizing what we're doing. The lost pages really helped that. So yeah, it's been great.
Awesome, bro. So tell us about yourself, Phil. How old are you? Can we ask?
Yeah, sure. My birthday is next week. Is
really
Friday, September 3rd. I share a birthday with Ethan Van Sciver, if you know this. He was born like 20 years before me. So I was born in 93, so I'm going to be 28.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
You got any plans yet?
Yeah, I think my family is taking me out to dinner, girlfriend and stuff like that. So do something like that. Nothing really big. I got to, after we're done with fulfillment, I got to hunker down and get things ready for the next book to launch the next Lost Pages. So
are you trying to do like a couple a year or 3 a year, or what's your?
Yeah, I would love that. So we started delivering the Lost Pages maybe in like December or November, and then we launched Magic Cop 2, I want to say in February, I think. But yeah, we're trying to get 2 out a year. So last year, I think we did 2 for Magic Cop and Lost Pages. So this year, I think I'm going to set it for fulfillment for Lost Pages 2 in January or February. Yeah, so we're trying our best. We're trying to get as much done as possible beforehand so we could do that. And then all the while as well, like, I'm not just working on, say, comic stuff because of CG and kind of the success of the books that we're doing. I was hired to write a Graveyard Shift story for John Malin.
Oh, congratulations. Oh, cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it was super cool. He kind of I chose a character that had a lot to work with, so he was almost a clean slate. So I feel like I added a lot to the character, and Mark and John allowed me to have a lot of the reins on that story. So I created a new villain for that story, and actually 2 new villains, and it's going to be so fun. I just got more pages in yesterday from the artist, and it's looking super killer. I can't wait for people to see that.
Awesome.
So yeah, that, and I'm in talks with some other artists and some really, really amazing talent that want me to do some stories for them. So it's really awesome.
Who did you grow up being a fan of, both in like writing comics and drawing comics? What kind of hooked you?
Yeah, so my writing kind of started writing poetry in school, and just like stupid rhyming stuff, because I like rhyming, right? And when I was really young. And then when I got to college, I took some short story classes, poetry classes, mythology classes really influenced me and loving that kind of storytelling and kind of the epicness of that. But yeah, my brother and I had always been creating characters, just for fun, like in the backseat of our parents' car, just driving around. And then one day, like when I was probably like my senior year, we're like, why don't we just make this a comic book, whether it's stupid or silly or it never works out, let's just do it. And that was the first time we created the Silhouette, who was kind of like the star of our Lost Pages universe, which we're going to be focusing on in the sequel to that. So the Silhouette was created back in like 2011. We actually made some comics and took them to Wizard World conventions, and they were really crude, crappy comics that weren't even illustrated. They were photos of myself and my friends in front of a green screen, and we made it look like a comic book. My brother would Photoshop it out. So yeah, that's where the whole comic thing started. Of course, before this, I was a fan of comics. I was a big X-Men animated series fan, Justice League, the Bruce Timm stuff. And so that kind of, in maybe my junior year of high school, I got really into collecting that stuff. And that was around like the time of the New 52. Scott Snyder was writing the Batman and the Court of Owls series. And I was collecting a crap ton of New 52 stuff. And then that led me to go back and read older things, of course. And so since then, I've just been just like all about it. Like I still read what I think are good comics from the shop. There's a new Jeff Johns book out called Geiger from Image Comics. It's really cool. It's like this awesome superhero story. The world is really cool. It's about like this nuclear man who lives out in the wasteland. So yeah, I still read stuff.
Are you more of a DC guy, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say so. I never really got into. I got into some X-Men, Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender. I really loved that series. But yeah, I'm much more of a DC guy. I think their characters could stand on their own more. Like everybody on X-Men is connected to a team. And everyone from Marvel is kind of connected to a team. But yeah, I love mythology, so the DC universe were kind of like the gods, right? So I really dug that about that.
Someone earlier said nice Lobo statue in your glass case. Is that a expensive sculpture?
Yeah, so this is a Sideshow Collectibles premium format Lobo. I don't know if you can see, he's got dog right here too.
Wow.
His dog. And then back here is an even more expensive Lobo statue. So this is XM Studios did this. It just came out. This is what I use my Biden bucks for. So
you had Bisley on one of your campaigns, right?
Yeah, Simon did the cover for the Lost Pages, which is insane, man. And like ever since I've done crowdfunding and been creating comics, I just feel so lucky for the artists I've been able to work with and reach out to. You know, I learned something a long time ago, and Billy Tucci and Dan Fraga are big advocates for this, where it's like, if you want something to happen, you better ask, because if you don't ask, then it's never going to happen. And the worst thing you could do, you know, the worst thing that can happen is you just get turned down, you know? So right. I was able to get in contact with Simon Bisley, and he did the amazing cover to the Lost Pages.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Did you get to keep the original or not?
No, he still has it, but I have the first right refusal there. So whenever he wants to sell it, I'm going to buy it for sure. But yeah, he's like my favorite artist. Lobo's top 3 favorite comic character. You know, I mean, of course, look at my shirt. I got a Bisley.
Yeah, I know. You're walking billboard.
Yeah.
What was like the wait time to get Bisley to, you know, from the time that you asked him to actually have him deliver?
It was good. It was so of course I asked him early, you know, then I needed it. So it was a few months, maybe like 3 months. He'd show me the sketch, you know, and the line art. It was so cool seeing it come together. And then we used his buddy who colors for him. His name is Adam Brown, and he's a great colorist. And we've worked with him. He's actually doing the colors. He did the colors for both covers on that campaign, because we had a supplemental book as well. And then he did the colors for the Lost Pages 2 cover. So he's a great digital colorist.
Is that Simon? He's like not in the U.S., right? Isn't he over in England?
In the UK, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of Billy Tucci, I saw you had posted a picture on your Twitter a while ago. I had no idea how huge you are, or how small. I know Billy's taller than me, but when I saw you next to him, Muttman, who said he's betting his money on you now that he sees your physical stature. How tall are you? Like 6?
I'm 6'5".
Holy smokes! Did you ever play sports?
No, not really. I wasn't that physical when I was younger. The people like in high school, they're like wanted me to play football, but I wasn't into that. So yeah, I was just not doing that stuff.
That's all right. Now, Brandon, is he your older or younger brother?
He's 5 years older than me.
Okay. And does he also still work at the arcade, or did he?
Yeah, we work in the same office.
Oh, that's cool. And so you guys are both writers, is that correct?
Well, Brandon does all the art for Magic Cop, the interior.
Oh, okay.
But we very much so collab on a lot of the character designs and character creation and kind of like plot of stuff. We'll always run stuff past each other.
Gotcha. Well, that's awesome that you work with your brother and you guys are still in the same town. You sound like you're pretty close to each other.
Oh, yeah. Well, for sure. You know, we've been together all our lives. So working together is very, very easy.
So I'm going to play your trailer and then maybe you can kind of tell us about the inspiration for Magic Cop. I don't think I have Magic Cop 1, and I'm not sure did you offer the first issue on the Magic Cop 2 campaign, or are you sold out of that?
Yeah. What's your package look like on that you received?
It's pretty big. I think I've got a cup in here.
Yeah. So you have Magic Cop 1 as well.
Okay, cool. Can't wait. So yeah, I always like to make sure that I start from the beginning. But you were one of the rising stars in comics. I just admire your work ethic, and it's hard, you know, just me being this is not my full-time job. You know, I do real estate and then I'm trying to do comics, and just to get one book out a year is hard. But you've got a job, and, you know, you got a girlfriend and you're doing 2 to 3 books a year. So you must not have very much free time.
Yeah, but it's fun, man. I love doing it. Like, I stay up really late, you know, working on stuff, but I'm like, I could sleep when I'm in my 60s, you know, hopefully.
Sure.
Hopefully I'll be able to sleep for that.
You take a lot of naps when you get my age.
Yeah.
That's the key. Okay, so Phil, I'm going to go ahead and play the your wonderful Magic Cop trailer, and then comments in the chat. Please let us know if you have any comments. But here you go.
Hey everyone, this is Brandon
and Phil from Zane Comics,
and we're back with our new sequel, Magic Cop 2.
So sit back and watch this trailer right now.
Magic Cop is everything you love about Halloween, smashed with everything you love about the 1980s. And in Magic Cop 2, all of our favorite detectives are back. Grey Wolf, the old-timer, Helly, the sexy witch, O'Hara, the half-leprechaun, half-giant, and Iggy, the magic cop. This time, there's a new drug on the streets of Ambrosia. This special strain of pixie dust has given its abusers magical powers, and it's up to the team to find out who's concocting it before the whole city runs mad with magic. But that's not all. Whoever's behind this has painted a target on the backs of the police, leading into a run-in with the city's most wanted contract killer, the Headless Hitman. This book's got a whole lot of action, a whole lot of 80s, and of course, fast cars, hot beach babes, and even hotter crime. The only detective with the spells to stop it is Magic Cop.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
And remember, we can't do it without your help.
So hop on board. Let's go make some comics.
Now with more Magic Cup.
Good job, man.
Thanks.
Who did that trailer? Did you contract outside?
No, I put that together just in like After Effects and Premiere.
Wow, that's awesome, man. You did a good job. I like the panning shot over the harbor at the end, and
yeah, that was super fun. So the intro and outro for that trailer, we filmed in the city in Chicago. So Chicago, everyone's like, "Oh, you live in Miami?" I'm like, "No." So this was like early November of last year in Chicago, and of course, Chicago's right on Lake Michigan, and Lake Michigan's huge. So because of that, Chicago's actually the city in the U.S. with the most beachfronts. Like there's so many beaches in the city just because it borders the lake. So we befriended this guy on a car rally that we did last year, and he's like part of the Chicago Yacht Club and everything. And we're like, "Hey, can we get on a yacht to film this trailer?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll try to get you guys in." But the yacht clubs are like private, and they don't want you filming and stuff near them. So we had to go to this other another yacht club that he was part of to film that stuff. But it was fun. It was, I love this going into the city and stuff.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You did a great job. Pastmaster Dan says you stole that car.
That's my brother's car.
What kind of car is that?
It's a Viper. It's like a 2004 Dodge Viper. Yeah, he saved up a long time to get that.
What do you drive, if I may ask?
Yeah, I drive a Dodge Challenger 2011 red.
So you guys are Dodge boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a 80. I think I had an 81 Trans Am back in the day, like a Smoking the Bandit, Burt Reynolds, black one. That was the best. Awesome. That was the most beefed up car I ever owned. And I had to prop myself up with like some phone books to see over the steering wheel.
Well, it gets the job done.
So Phil, let's go ahead and pull up your campaign screen here. So what was the inspiration? Obviously it has kind of a Miami Vice feel to it, but what was your inspiration for Magic Cop?
Yeah, so Magic Cop 1 was, and right when we launched Magic Cop 1 was that 2019. The idea was fairly new, so it might have been like a year or two old at that point, the idea we had. And so where we came up with it is we work at the arcade. And so one day my boss came into our office and asked Brandon, he needed like a marquee art for a game. And he asked Brandon, and Brandon's like, what was that? What was the name of that game? He's like, was it It's like it was Magic Cop, and so he just pulled the name out of nowhere. And my boss was like, "What's Magic Cop? That's not a video game." And so it was just such a crazy title. My brother and I fell in love with this random title that he made up, and we just started thinking, what would Magic Cop be? You know, if it was a video, like an arcade game. And so we kind of on the side started designing this as a side-scrolling beat 'em up, like Bad Dudes or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And you know, we had 4 main characters. You'd have the cop, the wolfman, the big buff leprechaun, and then the babe witch. And so we kind of mixed the 2 ideas. You know, we love the 80s and 80s culture. This was the time when Stranger Things was airing, you know, and so we're like, the 80s is coming back. And my brother's been saying that for a while, and we're like, well, this would be awesome to kind of capitalize on that. We love the 80s so much. We love Miami Vice. So this was kind of a mixture between Miami Vice and Halloween Town, which is like this Disney Channel movie from when I was a kid that we really enjoyed, where everyone is just, you know, it's a town full of monsters and they just live amongst each other regularly. So that was our take on it. You know, I started creating characters for what was going to be a video game. And then when that didn't really get greenlit, we're like, oh, we should get into comics. We already have all these characters, kind of the plot to how things were going to flow, and we made it into the first Magic Cop book.
Awesome, bro. And so are you planning to do another one, like 3 or?
Yeah, my brother and I have been talking about plot ideas for that. So what we're going to do now, you know, Magic Cop 2 is out. People are getting it in the mail, which is awesome to see everybody post on Twitter and social media about that. And what we're going to do now is focus on the Lost Pages for a little bit, because I really want to build up that IP and get to a point where these heroes kind of interact with each other and meet and focus on them. I'm all about character. Like, I love the differences between characters. I think that's the reason I loved the X-Men animated series and stuff like that, and even Justice League, because they really focused on that. So I want to build those characters up, and then we're going to come back to Magic Cop with Magic Cop 3 sometime in the future.
Nice. I saw on Twitter, Kenneth Rocafort did a silhouette.
Yeah, dude, that was.
Yeah, is he working on your book, or did you just do it because he?
That was just a fan art thing. Yeah, I've been talking to him for a while, and I sent him the PDF of the Lost Pages, the first book, and he read it, and he said he really liked it, which was awesome to hear. And I was actually going to try to get him to do something for the sequel, like a cover or a trading card. And he was just like, oh, I'm really busy. You know, I'm not really taking up work right now because I'm working on Groken. And I'm like, it's no problem, man. But we talk back and forth every once in a while. And he's like, oh, dude, I think I'm going to do a fan art piece of the silhouette. And I'm like, that would be insane. And he, you know, just surprised me with it one day, which was so cool. So
yeah.
Really
I sent him, he backed X-Farce. So I sent him X-Farce a few months ago. And then lo and behold, like a few weeks later on his Twitter, he tagged me on a cable TV sketch. And I just was like, it was just pencil, but I was so flattered. And he just messaged me the other day and said, you know, I'm going to go ahead and send this to you. And I went, wow. Because I offered to buy it from him, and he was so kind. He just said, I'm just going to send it to you. You want me to share your screen?
Yeah, check this out. I just wanted to show people. Yeah, this is the piece that Kenneth did.
Oh, gosh. That is so cool.
It's insane, man.
Is Silhouette going to have his own book, you think, eventually? Or
yeah, so what I'm doing with the sequel to the Lost Pages, it's going to focus on the silhouette. So like I said, we're kind of focusing on the characters now at this point. We're still going to have kind of that switch up in artists where it begins in one part of the story where you see a different hero, you know, maybe like our character Crimstone, you'll see, and then you run into the hobo, and then the hobo tells the story of the silhouette, which is like, you know, the big bulk of the story, and then it'll go back to present day. So we're using the hobo character kind of like a narrator or like the crypt keeper, right? He brings you into these stories, and this one is focused on the silhouette.
I see.
So, yeah.
In a nutshell, what's his power?
Oh yeah, he's pretty powerful. So the silhouette doesn't know his past, right? He doesn't know who he used to be, but now he's kind of this ghostly figure, shadow man, if you will, who walks the streets dispensing justice. So he has powers over the shadows. He could walk through walls. He could, he has shadow guns that he could pull out of nowhere. He has this, actually, we're going to see it for the first time. He has a really cool shadow car that is an old, like, 1940s car that's all rusted out and crappy. And then when he walks up to it, the shadows overtake the car and make it this really cool
oh man
car. So he's really cool, really powerful. He's like our version of like maybe the Punisher mixed with Spawn, and dark and brooding, lots of internal monologue with this character. He's very fun to write.
He has like kind of a Punisher, Two-Face, Black Terror,
yeah,
kind of a synthesis of a look. I really like it, man. I'm sure that'll be a big success for you, Phil.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I'll let me pull up the cover. Don loves kicking himself all the time.
No problem. And then I want to open your box so we can check it out.
Yeah. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, check this out. So this is a Preston Acevedo cover with Adam Brown colors. The silhouette. So this is going to be
the internet. There we go.
Yeah. So check that out, man. So this is, the city is a big part of the story as well. It takes place in Chicago. You can see the Sears Tower over here.
Are we losing Phil?
I think.
Sorry, guys. We're having a little bit of connection issues, but hopefully it'll resolve itself. Are you still there, Phil?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Sorry, we had a little bit of a lag there. Okay, so this is your cover?
Yes. This is the cover for the Lost Pages too. And you have the silhouette in the background here, kind of almost blending into the city because he's so much a part of it. And in the foreground is the new bad guy. So this is a story where the silhouette is going up against kind of his first supervillain. His name is El Dorado. He's a bank robber obsessed with gold who gets the bottom half of his jaw blown off and plated with gold. Pretty awesome.
So what's your anticipated release date for this?
So we are going to get through all of Magic Cop fulfillment. So I think we should be good by next week, done with that. And I want to say, man, maybe 3 to 4 weeks we'll be launching this bad boy.
Who's the artist on that piece?
So this is Preston Acevedo did the cover. And Adam Brown with the colors. And we're going to have a slew of different artists on the interior pages.
Anybody you can tell us yet, or it's kind of under wraps?
Sure. So Maxi Dallo is coming back to reprise the role as the artist for the silhouette story, because really a lot of people really loved the silhouette from the first one. So he's coming back to draw him. We have Avery Butterworth, who did a story for us called The People in the Myths of the Lost Pages book. He'll be doing kind of the interluding sections with the hobo, and Matt Dalton, who's the amazing artist of Viking Wolf. He also did this poster behind me, which was a cover for Crimstone, as you can see, and he'll be drawing
all of
our images of Crim, who's our big kind of mental muscle head.
Cool, man. Well, I've got my box right in my lap here, so I'm gonna
hell yeah.
Let me go ahead and split screen here. I think I can make you a little smaller and me bigger. So let me try that.
Yeah, if you there you go. Perfect.
All right, there we go. All right, bud. So this is the Magic Cop box so you and your brothers filled this yourselves, correct?
That's right. Yeah, we sat down at the table and did all that work.
Well, you had me with the Slurpee cup because this is awesome.
Yes. Yeah, our Magic Cup. That was a big talking point. We really wanted to get some cool merch out there. And it's 32 ounces, so you can fill it up with whatever flavored Slurpee you want. There's some instructions in there how to take care of it.
Very cool. I don't know why it's giving me kind of a weird green screen effect right now.
I guess you have your green screen stuff.
Oh, maybe I do. Hang on a second.
So that illustration, the cup, is illustrated by Alan Alonso, who goes by the Hall Comics, and he's just such a fun artist to work with. He did a great job.
This is sweet, dude. Great idea. I like that you called it the Magic Cup too. That was good marketing. So I'll take good care of this. I most likely will not put it in my dishwasher.
Yes.
Hand wash. Okay. All right. Thanks, bud. That's cool. All right. So let's see what else we got here. Just curious, where do you print your stuff at, Phil?
So we use Mixam for the book. And then most of the mini prints we print ourselves, the stickers, stuff like that. But for our poster, which I'm pretty sure you should have a poster as well. We use Primo prints. Okay, so this is the goodies, guys, for the campaign that we backed. You were did you fulfill? You were on time, right? I mean, it seems like you came out on time. We had one issue which made us like a week late with starting fulfillment, but it was a thing on Mixam's end. So we sent in everything to get printed, and then a week later I checked with them. I'm like, hey, how's everything going? And they said that they caught an issue on some of the books where the printer had left scratches on the interior pages, so they had to reprint everything. But that was the only real hiccup we had.
All right. So yeah, these are really nice, thick, kind of like the trade paperback format, guys. So is this the first issue?
Yeah, so that is a reprint cover drawn by Kelsey Shannon. That's the first issue. It's also remastered. So I sent the file over to my buddy Steve Dye, and he did some like editing, and then I switched some lettering issues around. So we're using editors now. So that one is revamped a little bit. It's basically the second printing of Magic Cop 1. And it's really cool to see because you could see how the art has leveled up over the years from this one to the second one.
Yeah.
And,
When did Magic Cop 1 come out?
I think it shipped February of 2020. So last year. We launched the campaign, I think, in August 2019. Yeah.
So this is your brother's artwork in here in your script.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. And it's got kind of that cool what do you call this kind of cover? It's not glossy, but it feels
it's like a
matte.
velvet. Yeah, it's like a matte velvet. It's very, very, very awesome. I love it. I found that on an indie book years ago, and I always wanted to do books with that, and so all of our books are like that now.
So how many pages is this reprint?
So that's 92 pages of story, and I think that equates out to a total of 104 sides is what they use when you're printing. So I think that's including cover. And those books, I'm just surprised how thick they are when I'm holding them, like when I'm packing them up. They're thick, man. And we learned from printing using Mixam that these books are much more expensive to print rather than the Lost Pages. The Lost Pages was about 72 pages. And it really, with the page count, it bumps up the price. But we really wanted to give our readers a full story. This is basically 4 issues in one book. Great.
So are you still able to get this if you're in demand, correct?
Yeah.
So people can pick this up. How much is the retail on this? Can you buy this by itself, or does it have to be part of a bigger package?
Yeah. So for the reprint, you have to get the sequel as well. So We just had made that so because no one's read the sequel before. So if people are coming in for the first time, they can get both of them. It's around $45 for both together, or you could add on as many as you want in the add-on section.
Gotcha. Did you sign anything? Did you or Brandon sign any of these?
Yeah. So the Magic Cop 2 should be signed in the interior.
Nice.
Signs all of those Magic Cop 2s.
Do you get a big high when people start posting the packages that they get? And
oh, it's so good. Just even seeing this is awesome. That you have that. I love the best things are fan art of our characters and seeing people having our books.
So the signature, you guys signed the page 1.
That's right.
That's awesome, guys. In metallic.
Yeah. So cool.
So Magic Cop 1 must be kind of a collector's item, I would think. I mean, right?
Yeah, we less than 300, I think, of those printed Magic Cop 1s, the original first printing cover. And then we did the reprint, which worked out for us. A lot of people jumped on that awesome Kelsey Shannon cover. And we also had, I think we're almost out of the first printings now. So those are all gone. So if you guys got the Pablo Romero cover, who's the same cover artist as the one you're holding there, that's kind of a rarity now.
Great. Hey. Dark Gift just backed you, so congratulations. Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah, thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it, man. I know he was a backer on the first campaign as well.
So this is another nice velvety cover, and I'll definitely give it a fun read. It looks like you got a lot of action, a lot of full page splashes and stuff, which I think
yeah, the last man, that last chapter is just bonkers. We just went all out. It's so, I just love looking at those pages because Brandon's art has leveled up so much, and there's just so much action in that near the end. It's really fun.
That's cool, bud. Well, you guys look like you're having a good time making these comics, and then this is all the extra stretch goal stuff. Is this a poster?
Yeah, there's the fold-out poster. That's the same art that's on the Magic Cup. So Alan Alonso killed it on there. All the bad guys versus all the good guys.
Awesome, guys. Can you see that? Someone says, who gives a wolf a shotgun? Phil does.
That's right.
I guess you can't lose with wolves. Everybody seems to be putting wolves in their books, and they're doing really well.
Yeah. Everybody's sick of the wolves now.
So you got that, and then you got a blockheads.
Yeah, so this was really cool. We've been doing the blockheads throughout our campaigns, and some people put them together. Some people hate them because they're very complicated, but it's a freebie, so we just throw them in there, kind of a collector's item.
Very cool.
If that, I don't know how easy that one's to put together. That one is our character, the Headless Hitman, and he doesn't even have a head. So the Blockhead did a great job designing it, so his sunglasses actually float where he doesn't have a head.
Oh, wow. So you have not attempted to put one of these together yourself?
Not yet. We have to. I haven't had time. We usually make big ones for us as like displays and stuff. We'll blow them up.
That's cool. And I heard a lot of you saying that this is like jam packed full of action and adventure too.
Yeah.
The ash can.
Yeah. A backer on Twitter, William C, actually said he read the ash can and it's one of his favorite CG stories.
Nice, buddy.
So fun. It's solely about Grey Wolf and kind of his history, and once you read the first two books, you'll know what's going on with him. But he's hunting down this crime lord, and it's very, very kind of like Steven Seagal, Enter the Dragon type stuff. So it's that story as well as some fan art and concepts in the back.
Now, was the ash can only part of a certain level tier, or was that a stretch goal that was unlocked if you hit?
No, so yeah, there's some fan art. The ash can actually was always a separate perk, so you could get it with a bunch of different tiers. It always comes with the Magic Cup pack, which is the one you got, and then if it was in any of the perks, like we had like a reprint pack that had the ash can, and also it's actually the way that you get the poster. So
okay, So is this green character? Is she? Were you a big She-Hulk fan, or?
No. So, we wanted to make her like a classic witch, right? So that's why she's green. And then, if you mix a green witch with 1980s, everybody thinks it's She-Hulk. So, but I'm fine.
Okay,
with that.
gotcha. So more like the witch from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Updated. Gotcha.
She's very inspired by the Wicked Witch of the West. Even her magic is that like red orange glow type of magic that the witch used in like the big smoke bomb she did at the beginning of the movie. So
gotcha, man. So bookmark, right?
Yeah. Turn that over to the other side, because that's a magic wand that we had commissioned by a friend of ours.
Sweet.
Pretty cool.
And then a postcard. Yeah, you got a lot of great extra fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's the witch's name?
Helly.
Helly.
Yeah. Helly Nightshade.
Nice. Very nice, man. And then trading cards in nice little sleeves. A three-fer.
Yeah, these were super fun to work on. With that first one is so that is Dan Plagle, Boob Dan Art. And
Dan was on my show last week.
Oh, awesome.
Dan's,
he's
great.
Awesome. So he did the Headless Hitman there, kind of an homage to Scarface. And Billy Basco did the colors on that. So yeah, it's in the same realm. If you guys got the Lost Pages, they're in the same format of the Lost Pages with the stuff on the back and little bios, which I love putting together. So fun. That's E.J. Morgis did this amazing sketch cover for us, which I asked him if we could turn into a trading card. Very, very Don Johnson, Miami Vice inspired. And then Oliver from 656 colored that.
Yeah. EJ was going to draw the Hamsters Cyber Frog book, so we go back a little bit. Yeah. All right. Eric's in the chat. Hey, Eric, Genuine Comics, Comic Talk with Pops. Good to see you guys.
And that is all Preston Acevedo, fully painted and illustrated card.
He's not cheap. No. Preston does good work. He's not cheap though.
He's amazing.
Yeah, if anyone wants to buy the BEARDZZERKER Rainbow the Brute cover, it's for sale on our campaign. It's a little pricey.
That's Astro, man. That cover's great.
Yeah, he did a great job. Phil, that was fun, man. We're almost up to 10 a.m. my time. I don't want to keep people too late, but I wanted to show a video that 6 a.m. sent me. So I'm going to go ahead and cue it up, and let me go ahead and get that ready.
Let's see it.
All right. I got to find it here. It's
very excited here. 6 a.m.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were on the Breaking Rad show yesterday, and I think it was they unveiled the next wrestler. It was your boy Zach was the next wrestler. Okay, so guys, this is the CG Royal Rumble preview of the tag team, and it's I'll just play it, and you guys will get a kick out of it. So I think you're gonna like it. Here we go. Now, do you actually own a white suit?
I do. Well, I've always wanted a real white suit, but my brother got a white blazer and kind of this whole outfit. He was going to be Sonny Crockett for Halloween one year, so sometimes I'll wear the outfit on screen.
Well, they can hear us over this. Well, we might have to wait for comments.
I think they can hear us. Because I can hear you.
Okay. That's so cool how they get the logos and everything on your apparel.
Yeah, that's great.
Now, have you seen this?
Yeah, I remember when it came out. Sweens and Dave. Oh shit.
I love how the referee's already knocked out.
Already down. What About in the chat says Razor Ramon. There you go. There you go. Ow! Yeah, I think my brother and I do this really cool tag team move. Let's see.
Do you play this game on your console?
Years ago, they always like, look at this. This is awesome.
That was fun, man. That was fun. So, guys, if you want to see more of the CG Royal Rumble, please visit the 6 a.m.'s Breaking Rad page. It's in the description. That was a lot of fun, dude. I can't wait to see you guys. What's people have to say about this? I have a white linen suit. It wrinkles easily. Oh man, that was fun. All right. Well, Phil, before we go, do you have any parting words? Do you want to tell us where people can reach you, or we've got your Twitter stream up there, but
for sure,
feel free to.
Yeah, check out everything we're doing here at Zaid Comics, and please go subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year. It's Zaid Comics, so just look that up. You can look us up at Zaid Comics everywhere. We are still having our Lost Pages 2 mailing list up, so you guys are going to want to sign up for that, because we are doing a raffle when we launch, giving away free art for the Lost Pages 2. So head on over here, check out the page. It'll give you a little glimpse into the art and what the story is going to be about. As you can see, the badass silhouette here, thwarting some bank robbers. You get some other heroes from the first book, like Taz and Crimstone. And then we're doing an ash can that's all about this character, the People. So I want to show you some art, Don, if you don't mind here. Check this out. So Shelby Robertson did this head sketch Copic marker piece of the People. He's our patriotic vigilante. And this is going to be up for grabs on the raffle, as well as some other ones here. Let me pull them out. So you're going to want to sign up, because we're giving away a bunch of free art of this character. We did this for the 4th of July, and sign up, because that's the way you're going to be able to get it. Totally free, guys.
Nice. Very nice. Shelby and I go way back.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
I published him way back in the early 90s. All right, great. Phil. Well, we had a great time with you. Thanks for coming on, my friend. I know you probably have to get ready to go to work in a couple hours. So
yes,
I wish you the best. I'm sure we'll have you on again if you'd like to come on once you launch your next the Lost Pages or the Silhouette. So, anyways, thanks a lot, Phil.
Yeah.
Have a good day, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody in the chat.
All right. See you later, buddy.
See ya.
All right, guys. That's the fabulous Phil Diaz from Zaid Comics. And we had a great time talking. A little after 10. I'm going to try to wrap this up, guys. My wife says, try to keep it at an hour. That would be good. Everybody won't get tired of your mug. So I'm going to go ahead and say good night, or good day, good afternoon, good morning. And next week, I'm trying to get the illustrious Adam Post on my show. He also has very nice hair for a man of a certain age. And we just got this in the mail. I think actually just like yesterday. So this is his book. Package is The Mermaids. And I am trying to get Adam. He's going to let me know if he can come on next week, and we can open up The Mermaids together. Adam and I go way back as well. We did parody comics back in the 80s and the 90s. He had spoof comics, and I had Parody Press. And so hopefully we can get Adam on, and that would be his first time on my show. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for your watching. Phil says thanks to everyone. Dark Gift, thank you for backing. Appreciate that. What about? Thanks for being here, Eric. Yeah, we did show that drawing, Eric. If you want to watched the replay, he showed it and kind of described that character. And yeah, so anyways, catch the Royal Rumble with by 6 a.m. and Muttman had a great time. So guys, thank you again. And until next time, God bless, keep safe, and keep reading comics. See ya.